Well, made my song go off, but something that I've always wanted. Okay, so a really close friend of mine, his wife called me out, and I know somebody that's very important in my life, Miss Jillian Driver. Shout out to you. Um, has encouraged me to follow some of my passions and my dreams, and one of them is to be a public speaker. Um, because the one thing that is definitely one of the gifts that God gave me is I love people and I care. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. So I'm gonna start doing videos on. I'm gonna start a channel on YouTube. I got a lot to learn. This is kind of like a rough draft. So, but um, I want to share what I've learned with other people because I feel like sometimes people don't know who to turn to or they're just seeking for an answer, and I may have it, I may not. You know, anything that I do share in my videos, please, if it worked for you, it worked for you. If it doesn't, discard it, because it's not for everybody. But there's some people out there that will need what I have to share. But I do want to start sharing a lot of knowledge that I've gained over the almost 32 years of my life. I feel like I've had two. I'm on my second one now. I almost committed suicide a long time ago. Not something I like to talk about, but I want people to know just, when you start to feel like you're not worthy, or how do I explain it? Okay, so in my experience, it was like a dark piss hole that I never could escape out of. I was never worthy for a woman. I was never worthy for my dad. My mom's dead. My uncle had just died. It didn't matter what I did. Everything I touched just fell apart. And it was just like a consuming darkness that filled me. Like I felt like I had no hope. I had no brightness in my life. It was just complete darkness. And then you get this feeling that your soul starts to die, and nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing gives you joy. And I've been there. I've been there. Put a gun in my head. I was about to pull the trigger. But God came through, and He saved me. And I threw a friend. And to this day, it's so funny. It's like hitting the reset button, like literally doing this on my life, because the very next morning I woke up and everything was okay. I was fine. And I've never had the thoughts ever again. And I think it's kind of funny because my brother was talking to a median friend of his not too long ago, and she said that, yeah, your brother went through a second time in his life where he almost took his own life. And that was actually the second time, but the first time wasn't so dramatic, wasn't so serious. But she said once he went through that, he did what they call a soul reset. It's like where you start to realize, or you see, it's like the inner you is like is reset, it's changed, and you let go of things. Like it's like kind of like rebirth. And ever since then, my relationship with Jesus has been what it always should be. I have no fear. I'm not afraid of anything. If you see me drive, you'll see that. Like I literally put my truck between two semis, and it doesn't scare me one bit. Like I'm cool as a cucumber. I'm not afraid to tell a woman how I feel. Rejection doesn't really bother me anymore. With my business, or my brother's starting a remodel business and a house flipping business, and like some of the stuff that I do, like I'm just not afraid, like at all. Like I will take on any job. I don't care how hard the work is. or how much it's going. Like, I mean, literally, I've been working from 8 in the morning to midnight for like 2 weeks straight. Like, I'm not afraid of anything. And ever since then, like, it's just been, I don't know. Again, just life is good. It's an adventure. It's like literally life is an adventure. If you sit back and look at the one golden rule, um, not the golden rule, but this one golden rule that I've learned over the years is that everything is perspective. I think it was King Louis or King Henry of France, it was in the 1300s, came up with that philosophy, and he proved it to be true. Because when you take two people that had the same exact story, like literally the same exact story, um, and you put them side by side, they will tell you a different like outlook on life. Why is that? Because they see things a certain way, and that becomes their reality. And that's what's so crazy to start dwelling and digging into the human brain is we choose what's in front of us. Like we choose to focus on certain things, certain ideas, certain aspects of life, and form it into what we think it is, and that's what we believe. And it's kind of crazy because you'll see like me and my brother, like everybody thinks we're twins. Like we're only 3.5 years apart. We look very different, but at the same time, you can tell we're brothers. He's very guarded, thinks a lot, and sorry, Carl, throwing you under the bus here. Hey, you try to kick my ass later, I'll probably kick yours. But anyway, so he's very guarded, very he's like an overthinker, and he's very highly intelligent, and he is afraid to take risk. Like he's very cautious, right? And then you got me that's like just pedal to the metal. Um, you know, I like to take the risk because I'm only going to grow if I fail. That kind of mentality, and like I'm not afraid to challenge the unknown. And because I used to be that overthinker, and it used to drive me like I used to have panic attacks, like my anxiety was through the roof. Um, see, like it's just a thing of like his perspective and his view on the world is totally different, especially when it comes to like finances. I'm not afraid to, go borrow money from the bank where he wants to do it, a little different. So it's just like you can take so many different aspects of life and plug it into this one philosophy is that everything is perspective. Like if you see it a certain way, and somebody else comes along and shows you something different, and you're not like open minded to perceive a different way, like you'll fight for that. Like you'll grab a baseball bat and beat that dude's head in. Like it's just unreal, and like the whole like mentality of perspective in life is things can get so like crazy hairy. It's yeah, I like to watch people. Like I'm a people watcher, right? But it's one of the things where it's like you can really honestly see the differences between how people perceive and look at the world. Like for instance, when somebody's driving, like you can tell what kind of lifestyle they live by the way they drive. You get the people that just go dog slow, like 40 miles an hour and 55. Like they're trying to not get anywhere. Like they literally having a dream, they're having a goal. They don't have anything motivating them. They have no sense of urgency. Then you got somebody like me, or somebody like some of my closest friends, who drive like Timothy Sam with the rear end on fire. It's just like pedal to the metal. Let's go. We're driven. We got goals. We got ambitions. We got things that we want to accomplish in life, and there we go. It all boils down to perspective and how you look at life. Are you going to be the one that just kind of sits there and takes it and thinks that life is dealt to you, or are you the kind of person that grabs the bull by the horn and wrestles it to the ground and says, this is what I'm going to have, and it's just a beautiful thing. That's the first video. I wanted to share that mentality with as many people as I possibly could. I definitely got a lot more especially like what I want to start doing and start talking about men, talking to you. There's a lot of guys out there that I just feel like are not really stepping up to the plate to be men, especially for the women, and other families. So we're definitely going to dig into that very soon. But and like I said, if it applies to you, it applies to you. If it doesn't, just brush it off. Who cares? But take what sticks, leave the rest. But I think we all know that we're guilty of this. But there's a lot of men out there damaging these women because of their own selfish wants and needs. Grow up here. Because the guys that actually do give a crap, you make it hell on earth for them to be able to even enjoy a relationship with a woman because of the baggage you put on these women. And I'm not saying women are like perfect and they don't have their flaws. We all have a flaw. Oh, there's been times where I've hurt people too in my life, unintentionally, But when you damage somebody because you ain't get the balls to let them go, or shut up, leave, like, who are you to control a woman? I mean, who gave you that right? Nobody. And it's just, we'll get into that later, but it's unreal when you start to learn, like, just how crappy people can be. Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta say something. I gotta step. I got a voice. What I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. I'm not too happy about it, and I think as many people as I talk to through these YouTube videos, hopefully we can get a movement. Maybe we can get some change out there. Even if I change one guy, that's worth it. So signing out, guys. Talk to you soon.